parent-teacher conference, I asked, which one of you is the biological parent? Mr. and Mrs. Monroe looked at each other confused. They were both blonde with blue eyes just like Julian. They even had similar mannerisms. We both are, Mrs. Monroe said slowly. Why would you ask that? I pulled out Julian's family tree project from last month. He'd drawn himself and his parents, but also another man and woman labeled real mom and dad. Julian keeps talking about his real parents. He says you two are just watching him. Mr. Monroe's face went red. That's just his imagination. Kids make stuff up, but something felt wrong. I taught hundreds of kids and I knew when something was off. Julian wasn't imaginative. He was literal and serious. Never lied, never made up stories. He's very specific. Says his real parents are named Jennifer and David. Says they live in Colorado. Mrs. Monroe started crying. He must have heard those names somewhere, maybe TV. I pulled out another paper. He wrote this during creative writing. It's about the day the nice people took him from the park when he was 3. The room went silent. Mr. Monroe's hand was shaking. He remembers being 3, Mrs. Monroe whispered. Apparently. He wrote about a red slide and a woman with curly black hair crying. They looked at each other again. One of those married couple conversations, without words. I'd already done something I probably shouldn't have. I'd Googled missing child Julian, Colorado 2018. Found a boy named Julian Perkins, 3 years old, taken from a park in Denver. The age progression photo looked exactly like my student. Is his birth certificate real? I asked. Of course, Mr. Monroe said too quickly. Can I see it? Why would you need to see it? This is a parent-teacher conference, not an interrogation. Mrs. Monroe put her hand on his arm. Trevor, please. No! This teacher is accusing us of something horrible. I pulled up the missing child website on my laptop and turned it around. Is this Julian? Mrs. Monroe collapsed in her chair. Mr. Monroe stood up so fast he knocked over his chair. You don't understand, Mrs. Monroe sobbed. We tried for years, 15 years. IVF, adoption agencies, everything. Nothing worked. So you took someone else's child? We found him, Mr. Monroe said. He was alone at the park. No one was watching him. He was crying. For 5 minutes. His mother was in the bathroom with his baby sister. She was changing a diaper. We didn't know that. You didn't wait to find out. Mrs. Monroe was sobbing harder now. We've been good parents. We love him. He has a good life, better than some random park where no one was watching. His mother has been searching for 6 years. We're his mother and father now. No, you're his kidnappers. I'd already called the police before they arrived. Told them to wait outside until I texted. I pulled out my phone. Don't. Mr. Monroe lunged for my phone, but I stepped back. Julian needs his real parents. We are his real parents. We raised him. We taught him to read. We took care of him when he was sick. The door opened. 2 officers walked in. Julian was still in the hallway doing his homework. He couldn't see what was happening. Mr. and Mrs. Monroe, one officer said. They both looked trapped, like animals in a cage. Can we say goodbye to him? Mrs. Monroe asked. No, ma'am. Come with us. They were handcuffed in the hallway. Julian looked up confused. Mrs. Walker, why are the police here? Mom? Dad? Mrs. Monroe was crying so hard she couldn't speak. Mr. Monroe just stared straight ahead. I sat down next to Julian after they were gone. Julian, honey, remember how you told me about your real mom and dad? He nodded. The ones from before. Yes. Would you like to see them again? His face lit up. They're coming? They'll be here soon. Jennifer and David Perkins arrived 3 hours later. They'd driven straight from Colorado, breaking every speed limit. When Jennifer saw Julian, she fell to her knees. My baby, my baby. Julian stared at her for a long moment. Then he whispered, curly hair, mommy? She nodded, sobbing. Yes, baby. Curly hair, mommy? He ran into her arms. The Monroes got 25 years each for kidnapping. They'd created an entire fake life, fake birth certificate, fake adoption papers, even fake medical records. Julian's doing well now. His real name is Julian Perkins, not Julian Monroe. He's in therapy, but he's adjusting. Calls me sometimes to tell me about Colorado. His parents sent me a letter just saying, thank you.